Hello everyone. Welcome to My Concepts Academy. I am Madhu ma'am, and in this channel you will explore key science concepts that will help you excel in your class 10 exams. Whether you are preparing for exams or just want to boost your knowledge, we have got you covered. This channel is here to guide you every step of the way. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for updates on new videos. Let's make learning easy and exciting together. So today's topic is electric current and circuit. We are familiar with air current and water current, right? For example, we know that flowing water constitute water current in rivers. Similarly, if the electric charge flows through a conductor, for example, through a metallic wire, we say that there is an electric current in the conductor. So, what is a conductor? A conductor is a material that allows electricity or heat to flow through it. For example, metals like copper and aluminium. Let's see an example. When we switch on a torch, the bulb lights up. Why does this happen? In a battery powered torch, the battery creates a potential difference of voltage. This voltage pushes electric charges, electrons, through the circuit. The movement of these charges is called electric current. When the switch is on, the current flows through the torch circuit and powers the bulb. The bulb only glows when the circuit is complete, that is, when the switch is on, allowing the current to flow freely. If the circuit is broken, that is, the switch is off, the bulb will not light up. In the above example, we came across terms such as electric charge, electric current, circuit, and potential difference. Now let us further understand what these terms mean and how they are related. What is electric charge? Electric charge is the fundamental property of any matter that causes it to experience a force when placed in an electric or magnetic field. This force can either be attractive or repulsive, depending on the nature of the charges involved. We know that matter is made up of atoms, and an atom is made up of smaller particles like subatomic particles, electron negatively charged, proton positively charged, and neutron which has no charge. A type of charge carried by protons is the positive charge. A type of charge carried by electrons is the negative charge. Like charges repel. When two positively charged particles or two negatively charged particles are brought together, they repel. And unlike charges, attract. Which means when one positive and one negative charged particle are brought together, they attract. Electric charge is denoted by capital Q. Now, what is the SI unit of electric charge? The SI unit of electric charge is coulomb, that is capital C. 1 coulomb is equivalent to the charge carried by approximately 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. Now, electric charge is the charge of electrons. Now, how will you find out that 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons will make 1 coulomb charge? We know that an electron has a negative charge of 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Now let's calculate the number of electrons constituting 1 coulomb of charge. To find out how many electrons are needed to make up 1 coulomb of charge, we need this formula. Capital Q charge is equals to small n small e, where capital Q is the charge in coulomb, small n is the number of electron, and small e is the charge of one electron. And the charge of one electron is minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So to calculate this, first we will write the formula Q equals to NE and N equals to Q by E. N equals to 1 coulomb by the charge of one electron, which we know 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So therefore N comes to 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. Now what is electric current? Electric current is expressed by the amount of charge, which is the negatively charged electrons, flowing through a unit cross-section area in unit time. It is the rate of flow of electric charges, or we can say electrons. Now let us understand this better with an example. For example, in a river or a pipe, when water flows, we refer to it as a water current. The movement of water is due to the difference in pressure, higher pressure at one end and lower pressure at the other. When electric charge flows through a conductor, such as a metallic wire, it constitutes an electric current. The flow of electric charge is driven by the potential difference, also called voltage, between 2 points in the conductor, like in the metal wire. Much like how water flows from higher pressure to the lower pressure. That means higher potential to a lower potential. Now, how do we measure electric current? If a net charge Q flows across any cross section of a conductor in time t, then the current I through the cross section is Q by T, that is charge by time. What is the SI unit of current? The SI unit of current is ampere, named after the French scientist Henri-Marie Ampere. 1 ampere constituted by the flow of 1 coulomb of charge per second. That is, 1 ampere is equals to 1 coulomb by 1 second. For example, if you have an electric current of 1 ampere, it means that every second 1 coulomb of electric charge is flowing through the circuit at a given point. Since the charge of an electron is approximately 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, this would mean that about 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons are flowing past that point each second. Any small quantities of current are always expressed in milliampere or microampere. 1 milliampere is equals to 10 to the power minus 3 ampere and 1 microampere is equals to 10 to the power minus 6 ampere. An instrument called ammeter measures electric current in a circuit. It is always connected in series in a circuit. While electric charge is a scalar quantity, that is, it has only magnitude, electric current is a vector quantity, which means it has a magnitude and a direction in which it flows. Now, the magnitude of electric current can be anything, like 1 ampere, 2 ampere, likewise. But what is the direction of flow of electric current? Electrons were not known at that time when phenomenon of electricity was first observed. So Benjamin Franklin arbitrarily defined the electric current as the flow of positive charge. That is why conventionally electric current was considered to be the flow of positive charges from the positive terminal, higher potential, to the negative terminal, which is lower potential of a power source such as battery. Thus, the direction of flow of positive charges was taken to be the direction of electric current. But the actual direction of electric current is the flow of electrons, which are negatively charged particles. Since electrons are negatively charged, they move from the negative terminal where there is an excess electron towards the positive terminal where there is a deficit of electrons. Therefore, the actual current in terms of electron flow moves in the opposite direction to the conventional current. Electrons flow from negative to positive, but the conventional current flows from positive to negative. Both describe the same phenomena but in opposite directions due to the type of charge being considered. So, what is a circuit? A circuit is a closed loop or pathway that allows electric current to flow. It consists of various components such as power source, for example, battery or cell, conductors, for example, wire, a switch, and loads such as light bulbs or resistors. For current to flow, the circuit must be closed, meaning there must be a continuous path for the electrons to move through. Note that electric current flows in the circuit from positive terminal of the cell to the negative terminal of the cell. Now, so far we have learned what is electric charge, electric current, and electric circuit. Now, how are they related? Electric charge provides the fundamental carriers that move through a circuit to create electric current. Electric current is the flow of electric charge, negatively charged electrons, through a conductor. And a circuit is the pathway through which electric current flows, driven by a source of electric charge such as a battery or any power supply. Now, if I ask you what is the relationship between the charge and the current which is flowing in a circuit in time t? Well, if a net charge Q flows across any cross section in a circuit in time t, then the current I is the charge flowing through the cross section in time t, that is Q by t. Here the unit of current is ampere, charge is coulomb, and time should always be in second. Now let's see an example. A current of 0.5 ampere is drawn by a filament of an electric bulb for 10 minutes. Find the amount of electric charge that flows through the circuit. So what is the question? There is a circuit and the bulb in the circuit is drawing 0.5 ampere of current for 10 minutes. So we have to find out what is the amount of electric charge that flows through the circuit when the bulb is drawing 0.5 ampere of current for 10 minutes. So what is given here? Current 0.5 ampere which the bulb is drawing for how long? For 10 minutes. Now let's start calculation. Now what is given here? Current I equals to 0.5 ampere. Time t 10 minutes which we have to convert to second, which is 600 seconds. Now we know the formula Q equals to IT, right? We have to find out Q, which is the electric charge, amount of electric charge. So Q equals to I is 0.5 ampere, T is 600, which makes 300 coulomb. Now let's see a few important questions from this topic. What does an electric circuit mean? An electric circuit is a closed loop or pathway that allows electric current to flow. It consists of various components such as a power source, for example, battery or cell, a conductor, for example, wire, a switch, and a load, for example, a light or resistor. For example, when we switch on a fan, the current flows through the closed circuit, allowing the fan to work continuously. The fan starts moving because the circuit is complete, enabling the flow of electric current. What is the SI unit of current? The SI unit of current is ampere, named after the French scientist André-Marie Ampère. 1 ampere is constituted by the flow of 1 coulomb of charge per second. That is, 1 ampere is equals to 1 coulomb by 1 second. Now let's see the next question. Calculate the number of electrons constituting 1 coulomb of charge. Now this question we have already solved in this video. I hope you remember. So with this, we are at the end of this topic. I hope this video will be helpful for you as you are preparing for your final exam. We'll come back with the next video soon. Our next topic will be electric potential and potential difference. Till then, all the best. Thank you.